Good evening to you and welcome back to KTN Prime. Let's now talk business. And as Kenya prepares for the budget reading on Thursday this week, players in the technology sector will be keenly expecting major tax cuts on value-added tax on mobile phones, which was reintroduced in last year's budget. In an exclusive interview with KTN's Abiagina, Ron Webb, Safaricom's head of financial services, notes that regulation and tax holidays will be top on the agenda for tech firms. This time around, CS Rotich tables his tax and spend plans.
The government has been quite keen on the financial services sector, showing that they would like to see the sector grow at an average of 20% per annum. Perhaps what are some of the incentives you feel that need to be factored in even as we head to the budget reading on Thursday?
Well, we've been fortunate to have had a government that has been remarkably forward-looking in allowing M-Pesa to start. You know, when the idea of M-Pesa was first taken to the central bank governor and to the government, there was no regulation, there were no laws in place to manage such a thing. And they decided to give it a light touch, and they said to us, you go ahead, get started, we'll watch it, and we'll have regulation to follow. And that has proven to be a hugely successful strategy.
In the wake of Kenyans embracing new technologies, Airtel Kenya has today launched a voice product dubbed Tubonge that is set to simplify the lives of wananchi by offering more for less. According to Airtel Kenya CEO Prasanta Dasarma, Airtel plans on investing on more innovative products and services.
With this offer, one can talk as much as they want. Okay, and this product is also categorized for different types of users, some daily users, some weekly users, and also for monthly users. So there are three variants of this product. The Tubonge 10, which is a basic one, which is a 10 shilling subscription. This is a subscription fee-based product.
Mortgage provider Shelter Afrique has issued a profit warning, attributing it to an increase in the poor performance of its provisions for bad loans, signaling a dip in profits for the 2017 financial year. Shelter Afrique, which has been at the center of a storm after a forensic audit confirmed allegations of creative accounting and supreme lending are the financier, the mortgage lender is expected to slide in the red. The firm, which has listed a 5 billion shillings bond on the Nairobi bourse, says it expects earnings for the period to December 2016 to drop by more than 25%, attributed to impairment costs for non-performing loans. The main reason for the lower earnings in the restated 2015 results and 2016 is a sharp increase in the level of impairment charges to provide for expected losses from the portfolio, Shelter Afrique said in a trading update. Now, the Pan-African housing financier posted a net profit of $3.1 million USD in 2015 compared to $0.45 million a year earlier. Coffee farmers from Nandi County are up in arms over what they term as harassment by the Commodity Development Fund of a 6 million shillings loan they had taken from the fund. The farmers from the Kabu Nyeria Cooperative Society insist the loan has been waived by the president, but the fund has continued to harass them and threatened to sell off their properties despite that presidential directive.
Late last year, President Uhuru Kenyatta waived all loans owed by coffee farmers in a bid to jumpstart the coffee sector that has continued to struggle over the last few years, despite numerous efforts by successive governments to get the sector out of the mud it has been stuck fast for decades now.
The president was in Tidret here a few months ago. Aliambia wakulima ya kwamba loans za kahawa has already been waived. He issued a directive.
But despite these efforts by the government, coffee farmers from Tinderet, Nandi County took to the street to protest what they termed as continued harassment by the Commodities Development Fund that has been threatening to sell off their properties over the loans owed.
I think the Commodity Fund is being insensitive to farmers. The president issued a directive that coffee and sugarcane farmers who owed loans to the commodity fund, the government had actually waived the fund. and waive the loans.
Kabunyeria Farmers Cooperative Society from Nandi Hills had taken a 6 million shillings loan under the Commodities Development Fund with the aim of improving coffee production among its members, but now insists that they are not liable to pay back the loan after the president's instructions.
Hatuwezi lipa sababu President wetu Uhuru Kenyatta alitangaza kwamba loan yote ya kahawa amevutilia mbali.
The chairman of the Cooperative Society, Daniel Langat, insists that the cooperative will not pay back the loan unless the presidential directive is well explained to them.
Tuulize deputy president na president wetu waseme kama waliondolewa central, waseme kama waliondolewa Kenya yote tunataka.
The cooperative also insists that despite all efforts put in by the government to improve the sector, cartels still rule supreme in the coffee sector, frustrating farmers from earning higher prices from their coffee. Philip Ketan, KTN News.